My name is Neil and this is my acting journey so far. Chip shop. Right, well this is my first short film that I did way back when in my college days. A teacher came up to me and said, would you like to do a short film shooting in the evening? I didn't get much of a part. I was bully number 2 and it was supposed to go to different schools, but I don't think it ever saw the light of day. It was great for the first time. It was night shoots on location. So as first experiences go, it wasn't too bad. Except maybe the food. The chips got a bit kind of mank after like several takes. They got colder and colder. Don't know why I didn't just change them, but there. Got to start somewhere, I guess.
So you sure you don't want to come and hang out with us?
No, too sure.
Did you say no, what?
Oh, steady.
It's done, mate.
Hey, get out!
We stay in, mate.
We ain't going nowhere. Aisle 9 was a screenplay by Jamie Bain and it was directed by Harrison Walker. This is my first lead role, so this was the one where I really kind of started to take more of an interest in what I was doing. It was their last student project, so they called me up, wanted me to do it. We had a run-through day in someone's house. And I remember we were just walking up to his house, they were just saying, you know it's a lead role, right? You do know it's a lead role. I said, yeah, I can do it. You got this, yeah? Yeah, I got this, yeah. And then we did the run-through and everything went well. I'd not done a role in a while, so it took me a while to kind of get going, get back into it. So I played a character called Charles. It's basically a homeless person during the day with his friend. And in the evening, he'll be in a discount store snacking on things that were going to expire anyway and being looked after by a security guard. The whole thing was very kind of slapstick. So I wanted to play it like Ian McKellen meets kind of step-turned son in a very kind of Home Alone sort of way. I was really up for this, and it was quite a challenge as well because within the first scene there was a monologue. Anyway, as I was saying, it was Frank's simple task to keep track of time. However, due to his frightening eating habits, got distracted and made us late. So we decided the easy solution was to get the train. We counted as many generous donations given to us was enough for 2 tickets. That was before Frank made us late and put the money in the pocket. The hole in, of course. Took us quite a while, just about a month shoot. And this was again different locations. We used like one of those pound shops. We used like a sofa area around the back of one of the pubs in town, and we used around the railway station. We did like a running scene there and a few bits. Mainly shot in the store. We shot mainly in the evenings. And then it was all said and done, ready. It was my first screening. You know, it was the first time I ever saw myself on the big screen. I had one of my closest friends standing right next to me and so looking at him and looking at everybody else, all the crew, and we didn't get a lot of laughs, but still it was a good experience. I got to even take the costume home, the poster, which I've still got now. They made a big deal out of it, even though it was just another uni student film. It meant lots to me, seeing myself for that screen on the first time. Yeah, quite something. Time traveller. time traveller. At the time I was living at home. I got a phone call late in the evening by a guy called Connor Chadwick, and he asked me if I'd like to play the role of Prime Minister. I mean, what do you say to that? I had to say yes straight away. I didn't even read any script or anything. Imagine running down the stairs to tell your mum and dad, "Mum, Dad, I'm going to be Prime Minister of Great Britain." I mean, it wasn't quite what my fantasy had in mind. I envisioned being in someone's bedroom, pretending it was an office, maybe a kind of having meetings about global crisis. But instead we filmed it in Leon Sea. Stood outside somewhere and recorded it was done like a kind of news broadcast announcing to the world and the UK. And it all looked very good as well. He did a very good job with the lines underneath and the headlines and whatnot. It was all very well done. From that moved me forwards to work on other projects with Connor. I did a short film with him afterwards and entered the world of voiceover work for once again Time Traveller, which went on to become an audio series. Always learning. This new agency, they will be the new police force. They'll be the protectors. They'll keep you safe. And we will live in a peaceful world once more. Of that, I can promise you. Thank you.
The Nelson tradition of closing with the enemy. But it was a manoeuvre that he thought about very carefully.
Shipwreck Secrets. This was a documentary based on sunken ships, vessels, and solving the mysteries of them, basically, what happened. I did 2 episodes. I played an engineer, and I played a captain. And they were very good days to film, you know, we were looked after nicely. We were on a boat for a couple of days. First day I was up a ladder, and I was kind of getting into character, because the scene was kind of like, we were reconstructing being on a ship on a storm. So I was back and forth ladder like this. And they would look up at me like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm just getting into character." They were like, "Don't do that, we'll just move the camera." So, sorry. Off the Coast. Off the Coast. Written and directed by James Hastings. This is a very interesting piece, this one. Because I wasn't in a lot, but I learnt by it. I learnt by watching how the cameras were working and how the actors were doing their thing, and it was an interesting location to be in as well, because we started off down some tunnels, walking along in the background, and then we went into this old like war room office. So there's like all the old fax machines, all the old computers, the massive screens that went out to like there. And we all had a line each. And it was generally a good day. It was filmed in a secret nuclear bunker, which was fun as well. Like I said, I wasn't there for long, but everybody else was filming for weeks on end. And when it was finished, it turned up at a cinema in Shoreditch, and it was just amazing. It looked so good, it felt so right, the actors were great, it was shot really well. So, well done to James Hastings and his team. What the hell do you think you're doing?
Well, this article isn't going to write itself before tomorrow morning, is it?
Brandon just phoned me, said you came waltzing in here this morning.
Well, why don't you take your own advice? You're still here.
I'm here to take you home.
What, am I some helpless little female that can't deal with a little bit of rough and tumble? Is that it?
Oh, that's not what I meant.
And what journalist doesn't like to write about her own attack? Hmm?
Oh, you can't be serious.
Oh, deadly serious. Anyway, why don't you just piss off? Because Jill is going to come down and take some bruised up photographs.
You know what? when it comes to journalism, you're just about the poster girl for the calling.
Well, thank you very much.
The Last Sex, Lies and Depravity. This is available on Amazon and DVD, which is what I was quite happy about. This was filmed in Milton Keynes. I went up there the night before and stayed in the hotel and filmed the next day. When I first heard about it, I got a phone call from Wade, who told me all about it, and he called back a while later to do the lines over the phone, which is the first time I've done that. Normally it's a self-tape or you've got to go and audition in person, but that was quite good. Andrea, who played Sally, she's a very confident person, so I was a bit worried. I thought I had to really get my head in the game. But I got there and she was sweet as pie. She was lovely to work with. We did the scene together. I played Richard, journalist. And it was a good day. And a feature film. And like I said, on Amazon and DVD. And speaking of this is the last thing to talk about. So, hope you enjoyed my actor's journey and see you all soon. Cheers. Bye.